What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Independent Experience. I'm IndyXP, and this is your morning market wake-up call for Monday, July 13th, 2020. I am fresh back from the beach, and got a little bit of sun out there in the sand. Felt like George Hamilton this morning, a little tender, a little brown. But we're going to get by. Let's go ahead and jump on into the markets and see where we're going to be starting this week off at. We have seen great gains on so many different markets. Gold is up, currently at 1813.33. Silver has made a big jump, currently at 1929, giving us a ratio all the way down to 94.02. It's been a while since we've seen a ratio that low. Platinum is up nicely, currently at 854.47, and palladium is up sharply at 2064.21. In other metals markets, rhodium has held steady, currently at $8,500. Copper has seen a huge jump just today, also on Friday as well, currently at $2.96 a pound. Aluminum has seen a very large jump, very large jump. This one is kind of shocking. It's up like 33%. It's currently at $1 a pound. Uranium is steady at $32.80. Barrels of crude oil didn't fare as well. It's one of the few markets that is down currently at $40.02 a barrel. On Friday, we saw positive gains on all the markets, closing out the week strong. This week, we're going to be starting the Dow out at 26,075.30. NASDAQ will be starting off in record territory at 10,617.44. And the S&P 500 is going to be starting off at 31,85.04. If you guys trade in Bitcoin, we found a little bit of an up and down week last week, but those are currently at 93.0238. And if you guys happen to trade in the Utah Goldback, those are steady at 308. Do expect that to go up a few cents anyway once their market opens. In today's video, I wanted to review a quick article from Reuters. This is from this morning, actually put out about 25 minutes ago. This is titled "The Federal Reserve's it's Monday. I'm getting back to work from vacation. I sat down on my desk. I've got, 150 emails to get to. It's tough. Federal Reserve's $3 trillion virus rescue inflates market bubbles. Let's see if I can get through this. Whew. The Federal Reserve's $3 trillion bid to stave off an economic crisis in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak is fueling excesses across U.S. capital markets. The U.S. Central Bank has pledged unlimited financial asset purchases to sustain market liquidity, increasing its balance sheet from $4.2 trillion in February to $7 trillion today. While the vast majority of these purchases have been limited to U.S. Treasuries and mortgage-backed securities, the Fed's pledge to bolster the corporate bond market has been enough to spur a frenzy among investors for bonds and stocks. Quote, COVID-19 is now inversely related to the markets. The worse that COVID-19 gets, the better the markets do because the Fed will bring in stimulus. That is what's been driving the market, said Andrew Brenner, head of international fixed income at Nat Alliance. Here are some of the market bubbles that investors are attributing to the Federal Reserve's intervention. Stock market bonanza. The Federal Reserve has not bought stocks as part of its financial stimulus programs, but its near zero interest rates and credit support for large swaths of corporate America have driven yield-hungry investors back into the equity market. Since their bottom on March 23rd, the S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average have both risen 40%, and the NASDAQ Composite has gained nearly 60%. The S&P 500's forward price-to-earnings ratio is currently at 21.5, a level last seen during the dot-com boom 20 years ago. IPO frenzy. The stock market euphoria has spilled over into initial public offerings or IPOs and other stock sales to investors. A record $184 billion was raised in U.S. equity capital markets in the second quarter, according to IFR data. Over $8.9 billion worth of IPOs in the second quarter, priced above the target range, the highest amount since the third quarter of 2014. Quote, why anyone would buy Nissans at Bentley prices is beyond me, but that's what's happening generally in any sexy IPO. Sassy. Sure, the Nissan has four wheels and it's fine transportation, but is it worth a Bentley valuation? Said Richard Bernstein, Chief Investment Officer at Richard Bernstein Advisors. The debt binge. The Fed's bond buying programs encourage companies to tap credit markets and made second quarter the busiest ever for debt insurance. Some $1.2 trillion in investment-grade paper was sold in the first half of the year, the highest insurance volume recorded by the Securities Industry and Financial Markets Association. Even though the Fed refrained from buying most junk bond rates, insurance was at $200 billion through June, more than double last year's rate. This article goes on. Investment grade debt using the equivalent ICE index has recovered almost fully from the 401 basis points in March 23rd to 152 basis points. I'm not sure what that ranking is, but so that was an article detailing what the stimulus package has been bubble-wise. So what do you guys think? I think they really missed out on precious metals there. I know I've personally bought some precious metals. I've probably picked up 40 or 50 ounces since the crash. Well, no, I know I've picked up more than that because I picked up a kilo of silver. So that's, let's see, that's 31. So yeah, I'm over 50. Definitely over 50 ounces of silver that I've picked up. Just it was undervalued, and yeah, sure the premiums are high, but if you buy the right kind of silver at the right place, then you're going to get a good deal. So, what do you guys think? Have you guys invested any of your Trump bucks in precious metals? Did you invest in other places? Obviously, I've invested in some stocks as well. Or did you invest in other things that might make you money? I invested in a smelter as well. That's why I bought a kilo of melting silver, and one of these days I'm going to get that thing out and we're going to bust it open. We're getting back to regular times here around the office, so hopefully I can get that broken out for you guys here real soon. We'll start pouring some bars. You guys are going to be there to watch. Guys, I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you happen to appreciate old IndyXP, why don't you go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out immensely. If you happen to be new to the independent experience and you want to keep up to date on all the latest and greatest content, go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner, bing bong, so you can be notified of when all new content comes out. I'm going to post the little box right here, right there. There it is. Got it. Finally got it. It's right there. Go ahead and click that at the end of this video. You can watch the last video that we did, or whatever pops up in the box. You guys can figure that out. Guys, I've been IndyXP from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.